We've lost 2 convoys so far this month. How the fuck do you expect me to work without chemical precursors?
What do you expect me to do?
How about some extra fucking security on the trucks? Is that so much to ask?
The men don't like to be around the chemicals. Not since the accident last year. They still tell stories about what happened to the poor bastards caught in the spill.
Look, if the rebels keep hitting our convoys, my output is going to drop. If my output drops, La Gringa is sure as shit gonna want to know why. What do you want me to tell her?
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Marcus Jensen, PhD in biochemistry and molecular biology. First interview. Come in. Good morning. Dr. Katrine Svensson.
Marcus Jensen. Good to finally meet you.
Take a seat. How was your flight?
Bumpy. Especially the second leg. Didn't think they could fit so many people in such a small cabin.
Well, it's fine when it's just people. You've got a pretty impressive track record, Mr. Jensen.
Thank you.
Berkeley, Oxford, Caltech. So many honors on this resume, I feel like I'm reading a Latin dictionary. Guess that settles the issue of your, theoretical skills. Though, to be honest, a lot of what we do here appeals to a different set of skills.
Yeah, about that. The headhunter was pretty vague on this topic. What is it exactly that your company does?
We'll get to that. For now, there's one question I would like to ask you, Mr. Jensen. An important question.
Go ahead.
Are you willing to set aside some of your moral principles for the sake of a greater scientific purpose?
Come on, Jorge, be reasonable. My father's been doing business with you for the last, 15 years?
20 years. When your father, Senor Vallardo, first invested in the Via Vigas extraction.
20 years. And now I hear you can't make it to Agua Verde for a couple of days. What is this bullshit?
Oye, Carcita, everybody knows what goes on in Agua Verde. The cartel, the parties, the girls, the cocaine. You have to understand my position. I am the refinery chief here in Libertad. I have to keep up appearances.
Jorge, I had such high hopes for you. You were supposed to be the key speaker for our conference, Best Places to Work in Bolivia. I even had the presidential suite booked for you in Paraíso, Agua Verde. Of course, it would have come with all the perks included if you know what I mean.
Carcita, I don't know what to say. I don't think I can,
You know what? Why don't we ask El Sueño what he thinks? I'm sure he could give you plenty of convincing reasons why you should really come.
Espere, wait, ese cuate, Carcita. Let me check my agenda. I think I forgot to update some meeting that got cancelled. I might have time to visit after all.
Might?
I will have time. I will be there. You can count on me.
Excellent. See you there then, Jorge. And take care of yourself in the meantime, yes?
Ruperta Faro, Madre Coca. They used to grow coffee here in Tabacal, but the cartels made them switch to coca. A lot more profitable. If you ever tried to snort Italian roast, you'll know why. Spoiler alert, this is frowned upon at coffee shops. Don't ask. Madre Coca grew up as a raspacina, a coca picker. When it comes to illegal coca farms, there's no such thing as child labor laws. It was brutal, backbreaking work. She had a son whom she'd always dreamed would move on to better things. He didn't. Young Pablo died from a coke overdose. How does a mother who grows coca deal with growing the product that killed her own kid? Most people see the error of their ways and move on to something else. For Madre Coca, it was the exact opposite. She took out her anger on the people of Tabacal, forcing them to endure the same hardships she had experienced. And like any tyrant, she expanded her empire. This led to resentment from the people, which she dealt with. With the backing of El Yayo, She became a very powerful woman in the cartel. A new twist on an age-old lesson. You don't fuck with Mama.
Pero sueño, lo sabes tú. In the end, compa, only blood ties matter. It's only the blood. These people, they're not even Mexicanos.
Mudo, hermanito. You're missing the point here. You're being too sentimental. We're running a business. A fucking billion-dollar vertically integrated multinational organization. And for a business this scale to thrive, you need the best people running your operations. El Yayo and Madre Coca are the best at growing coca.
Papuchones, making them bosses? El Sueño, this is crazy. We'll never be able to trust them.
Oh, yes, we will.
How?
We get them to sign the safest, most binding work contract ever invented.
What? What are you talking about? What contract?
Plata o plomo. Take the money or take the bullets.
I don't know. I don't like this, El Sueño.
Tranquilo, hermano. You need to widen your perspective. It's all business. Just business.
Fantasmas para acabar con la mafia. Lo que ellos no se esperaban, el poder de la blanca. Ahora se van a enfrentar a un poderoso rival. El cartel han de buscar y con todo atacar. Hoy ya no pueden parar hasta donde han de llegar.
Madre Coca, can you turn down your television?
Ya es hora de mi novela. Most of these telenovelas are estúpido. Pero this one about the chocolate factory, this one I like.
Listo. Madre Coca, in Tabacal, the gossip is that the Cocalero Union is guaranteeing a better price than other crops. The coffee is nearly 20 bolivianos a kilo. My son tells me that Santa Blanca will never buy coca for over 17.
Viejo, I said the farmers will make more guita. You know as well as I that you can only harvest coffee once a year. As cocaleros, these people will harvest 3 times a year. That is 3 times the harvest for a plant that is easier to grow, for a crop that the farmer know will be sold.
Está bien. You are bending the truth, mamita. Pero you can depend on people to be lazy more than you can depend on them to be greedy. What if they don't buy the carrot?
Well, then, you know me. I have a pretty big stick.
You all know El Yayo, highest-ranking Bolivian in the Santa Blanca cartel, and their head of cocaine production. But you may not know his grandson, Gonzalo Llana, aka El Emisario, the emissary. Yayo taught Emisario everything he knows. How to produce the best polvo in all of South America, how to maintain relationships with the local Bolivians, and most importantly, how to serve your Santa Blanca masters. Emisario looks up to Yayo, would do anything to honor him, to make him proud. Which is exactly what makes El Emisario the perfect target. His greatest fear is shaming his grandfather. If we hit his coke operation in Ocoro, he'll come running back to fix things. That's when we grab him. With a little luck, he'll give us everything we need to know about dear old Grandpa.
Then you pour more ammonia. Mira, que es como a la leche.
When we drain out the gasoline, it will have such a beautiful color. Muy linda.
This is pretty easy.
See, when I was young, 12, 13, I had this friend. His father was a bandido. He showed me how to make homemade coca paste. But it was not like this so much. Sometimes you make your own paste, you lose money.
That's no good. How do you lose money?
It costs money for the chemicals to make the paste. It takes time. But here, we get a salary. And with La Gringa's process, you get much more paste than if I make it in an oil drum, like in the old days. I often wonder if people will still use El Polvo Blanco if they knew what we put in it.
My primo already breathes in gasoline to get high. He would not mind we put gasoline in cocaine.
Katrine, I come all the way out here to see you, and it's like talking to a wet sock. Honestly. And look at your hair. Is fighting the good fight taking its toll?
Don't they report on South America in Germany? Hands over Bolivia is gone. It was the CIA front. I was a damn puppet for those American spies, and when I found out, it was too late.
That's terrible. But why are you still here? Why don't you go home? Or come with me to Germany. Stay with me and Heinrich till you get something new.
I have something new. Here, in Bolivia. Look, sometimes I get to treat the sick, but it's mostly research. Biochemistry. And you won't like it.
There's only one employer out here that can afford you.
Yes, the Santa Blanca cartel. The Sicarios even have a nickname for me. La Gringa.
And biochemistry, as in cocaine. Oh, you can't, Katrine. You must leave.
I don't think they would let me leave anymore. There's no bars, but I'm in a prison.
I am not a liar. I have killed thousands. I have fed more drug fiends than the top 3 pharmaceutical companies combined. I have stolen children from parents, wives from husbands, wiped out entire generations. But lying, that I have never done. The rest are offenses against humanity. Lying is an offense against yourself. I am the head of the Santa Blanca organization, which you call a cartel. I had a dream. I dreamed of a land where we could grow our own coca, produce our own cocaine, where we could run our business free from interference from the police, the government, the army, the Yankees. In my dream, a woman's voice asked me,
Sueño, mijo, what if you had your own country?
like Moses, I led my people to the promised land, Bolivia. We came here. We bought the coca fields. What we couldn't buy, we took. We bought the police, the military, the judges, the politicians. We were on the verge of becoming the government itself, on the razor's edge from fulfilling my dream. Of creating a narco-state. The nation of Santa Blanca.
Last week, a crude explosive detonated outside the U.S. Embassy in La Paz, Bolivia. 2 Marine Embassy guards were injured in the blast. 2 days later, a CIA asset in central Bolivia provided us with these images. Our analysts have identified the individual in the photo as DEA Special Agent Ricardo Ricky Sandoval, my friend. Sandoval had spent the last 6 years investigating the local cocaine industry. Our understanding is that Sandoval was the intended target of the bombing. What the embassy bomb did not accomplish was completed up close and personal. Sandoval was captured, tortured, and killed. Then his body was dumped. We have yet to recover it. Our target, the group responsible for the embassy bombing and the death of Special Agent Sandoval, is the drug trafficking organization commonly known as the Santa Blanca Cartel. Yesterday, they were just narcos. Today, they're narco-terrorists. Initially, the Bolivian government resisted the Mexican cartel. They formed Unidad, a Bolivian special forces unit. It didn't go as planned. Thousands of bodies later, politicians, police officers, and journalists have become an endangered species. The Bolivian government has imploded on itself. With no other options, the new president made a deal with Santa Blanca. You stop killing our people, we'll look the other way. Since then, Santa Blanca has turned Bolivia into the nexus of the South American drug trade. With their friends in Mexico, they also have a clear pipeline to the US and Canada. The only way to stop Santa Blanca for good is to completely dismantle them, piece by piece. The cartel is organized into 4 operations: production, smuggling, security, and influence. At the top of it all is El Jefe de los Jefes, boss of bosses, El Sueño.
All priests like to hear themselves talk, don't they? But as the saying goes, talk is cheap. El Cardenal knew this was true. His people were barely surviving, and he wanted to do something. He had to help those in need. He didn't care where the support came from. But there were others who thought he was making deals with the devil. He was cast out. He lost his family, his friends. Lo perdió todo. When I found him, he was a broken man. I brought him into Santa Blanca to preach the truth of the new faith.
For we are wed to death from the moment we are born, and we must come to love her more than we love our lives. Sacred and blessed death, the goddess of darkness can free you from sickness and evil. Do you offer your heart and soul over to her?
He baptized me in the true faith. He is my counselor, my conscience. I do. The only person I truly trust with my soul.